If you do what I'm about to show you, you will change your business, boost your energy, and become the parent you want to be. When you lock in these skills, you'll operate on a level 99% of business owners never reach. I'll break it all down: what it is, how founders use it to reclaim time and freedom, and the strategies I use with clients that accelerate its effectiveness. Before anything else, what is this and why is it a game changer for entrepreneurs trying to juggle both business and family? It's that your business lives in your head. Every task, every decision, every little nuance. You're the only one who truly knows how it all works. That's why you can't step away. That's why your brain never shuts off, even when you're with your kids. We're going to pull it all out of your head and turn it into a system, one that makes it easier to delegate and that makes your own work faster, smoother, and less overwhelming. Why is this so important? Your brain isn't meant to store everything. The human brain processes information through working memory, which has a very limited capacity of 3 to 5 meaningful items at any given time. When you retain tasks, ideas, or details in your mind, you're more likely to experience cognitive load. It overwhelms working memory, which causes stress, impairs your focus, and reduces your problem solving ability. It also pulls your mental resources, so you waste mental energy on retention instead of higher thinking, creativity, or decision making. Have you ever felt like your brain just tapped out, like one more decision might break you? Or maybe you get an email from a client and suddenly you're scrolling your phone, avoiding it altogether? This mental overload doesn't just stall your business, it steals time and presence from your family. You can't delegate well if everything lives in your head. Once your team can access what's been trapped in your head, everything gets easier. They know what needs to happen, how to do it, how to make decisions, and what to prioritize. They also know what not to do, which is just as important. It creates consistency and efficiency, even for tasks you're still handling yourself. You won't have to waste time retracing your steps or reinventing the process every time, and you're far less likely to drop the ball. It becomes the foundation for growth. Clear information makes it easy to delegate, train new hires, and hand off work without chaos. Without it, you're stuck doing everything yourself or micromanaging people who are guessing. It also protects the business. If you need to step away, your team has a plan, direction, and information on how things are done. You won't have to say, only I know how to do this anymore. And when expectations are clear, stress and decision fatigue go way down. Confidence goes way up. Your team can move forward without constantly needing your input. That's how you finally reclaim your time. So when you're with your kids, you're not answering emails or voice noting instructions, you're fully present in the moment. So why do most entrepreneurs skip it? Because we're doers. We chase progress in the areas that feel more urgent or exciting. Sharing information, especially if we have to document and organize it, that feels tedious, like something to figure out later or never. But if you want to be a successful entrepreneur and a present parent, partner, and friend, something has to shift. That shift starts with how you treat what's in your head, not as clutter to ignore, but as the foundation your business needs to grow without burning you out. So, how do we do this? We have to make it easy. Most founders think and communicate better by speaking or showing, not by writing everything down. That's normal. We're wired to be visual and verbal, and writing can feel slow, clunky, and more permanent. So make it easy on yourself. Use tools that let you capture and share information the way you naturally work, visually and verbally. Talk it out, screen share, record a quick walkthrough. One of my most recommended tactics is to use screen recording tools like Loom. When I hire for clients, I always suggest they start documenting tasks before the new hire starts, so they aren't scrambling to do it the week of. The easiest way? Record Loom videos while you're doing the work they'll eventually take over. Talk through what you're doing and why as you go. It takes a little extra time up front, but when your new hire comes in, you'll have a library of resources they can use to understand the task, turn it into written documentation, and fully take it off your plate, faster and with less handholding. You can also do this as you're onboarding a new client, making decisions on delivery, or to share information on your values. You can use this all the time. Here's how to be extra effective with this. Pause when you're not adding value. If you're not actively doing something on screen or speaking, pause the recording. This keeps the video focused and respects your viewers' time. They won't have to watch a 20-minute video with a lot of pauses. It might only be 5 minutes. Speak your thoughts out loud. As you make decisions, talk through your reasoning and add any relevant context. You'll often include key insights you wouldn't think to share otherwise. Be mindful of screen size. If you're sharing a window, keep it small enough to be clearly visible on a laptop. Large monitors can distort visibility for anyone viewing on a smaller screen, and you want your team to be able to follow every step without squinting or guessing. Utilize voice notes. If you just finished an important prospect or client meeting, send a quick voice note summarizing what happened. Even better, ask your team to log the details in your CRM or client tracker so everything is tracked and everyone stays in the loop. It keeps your team aligned and helps you remember exactly what you said without relying on your memory hours or days or weeks later. I encourage my team to ask questions, and when there's more context to share, I usually respond with a quick voice note. It saves time and helps me share the right information. If this feels unnecessary, think about a time you were frustrated because someone left out key information until it was too late. That's exactly how your team feels when you don't proactively share what they need to succeed. Use the right tools and use them on purpose. As entrepreneurs, our brains don't stop working just because we've stepped away from our computer. In fact, we often get our best ideas when we're doing something low effort, like showering, walking, or playing with our kids. It's called mind wandering, a state where your brain is freed up from focused thinking and starts making new connections in the background. Research shows this kind of activity actually sparks more creativity than traditional breaks or high effort tasks. So, how do you make sure these thoughts and ideas don't get lost? We need to capture them quickly and in the right place so you can get the thought out of your head and move on. Let's walk through some specifics. Let's talk about content specifically. I keep one running Notion doc just for content ideas. It's simple and unstructured, which makes it easy to use. I'll drop in a phrase, a paragraph, or even a rough outline, and I don't feel like I need to finish it before I move on. A lot of ideas come up while I'm working with clients or answering questions in a call. I keep the doc open and quickly drop in ideas when they come to mind. This way, they're captured out of my head and I can refocus. For more polished ideas, especially ones for specific platforms like YouTube, I use a dedicated list. It's organized by content pillar, so I'll add the idea to the right section, jot down a little context, and move on. I also keep a content calendar in Notion to track more developed or published pieces. It includes links to related material and past posts, so I can easily reference older content. And my team can repurpose it without needing to ask me anything about it. Use a project management tool to turn ideas into action and ensure balls aren't dropped. Project management tools break down complex projects into smaller, more manageable tasks, which is exactly how your brain prefers to process information. I worked with a client who had been sitting on a course idea for 2 years. Within 3 months of working together, we launched it. One of my key moves, I mapped out every step in Asana and broke it down into weekly tasks, and then I kept them accountable to accomplishing each on time. When work is organized this way, it becomes easy to assign ownership, set deadlines, and actually get things done. And you don't have to be the one doing all this work. While planning that launch, I identified an underutilized team member who was naturally suited to lead these types of projects. She worked alongside me, learning how to handle that launch. With the right training, she led creation of other new revenue streams for the business. A project management tool creates both visibility and clarity, two non-negotiables in a remote business. When tasks and timelines are laid out in the open, everyone knows what's happening, what's next, and where they can jump in. No more guessing, no more chasing updates. So what tools should you use? Here are a few popular options. Asana, my personal favorite. It's clean, intuitive, and great for tracking tasks across multiple projects and collaborators. ClickUp, a favorite among many of my business peers. It's highly customizable and combines docs, tasks, goals, and more in one place. Motion, a smart tool that integrates directly with your calendar. It automatically schedules tasks based on your availability and adjusts when things shift. Use a real CRM. Your memory isn't a sales strategy. Let's talk about something just as critical, your sales process. If you're running a business and not using a proper CRM to manage leads and clients, that's a serious problem. I hear it all the time. Entrepreneurs trying to track sales in Notion or project management tools, or worse, just winging it. But those systems weren't built for sales, and it shows. Here's why you need a real CRM. It centralizes your customer data, emails, meeting notes, call logs automatically. Tools like Notion can't do that. It tracks where every prospect is in your pipeline so you can follow up at the right time, every time. It helps keep your sales efforts consistent, even when life gets busy. Because let's be honest, how many times have you been with your kids and suddenly thought, oh no, I forgot to follow up on that call? Then you pull out your phone to send an email rather than staying focused on them. I've been there. A good CRM takes the pressure off your memory by giving you a clear system for tracking follow-ups, timelines, and next steps, so nothing slips through the cracks. Make these changes and you'll free up mental space, lower your stress, and show up more fully, both for your business and for your kids. They'll feel the difference. and so will you. If you want more like this, check out this video.